Hey, Xiaomi here. So today is going to be the start for my first week of Camp Nanowrimo, and I am really excited. A little bit of a rundown. I did say that I wanted to accomplish 20k words, and I already did fix that last night. I would like to at least write 10 chapters in my middle. I have a little bit more. I added like 3 more, but I stopped in the middle. I wanted to continue with the end, but it was like 12 midnight, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore because I was really exhausted. But yeah, that's what I have planned as of right now. 20k, at least 10 chapters, and just seeing how I develop all of my chapters because I already have them all worked out. Here's my handy dandy notebook, and I already have them all worked out right here. There's a few things that I would like to add. There's a few things that I would like to switch, but that's roughly around chapter 21. And I'm gonna start chapter 12. So yeah, we're not gonna do that. I already have, the funny thing is that I already have the beginning of chapter 13 developed. Chapter 14, I already have it completely written because that was one from the brain dump section that I had, and I just extended and added a lot more. But yesterday a scene came to me that I would like to like include it between the second and third chapter, so we're gonna see how is it that I fix that in there. But that's where I would like to actually include them. But that's what I have planned to do for today. I can't wait. Today there's going to be a live stream, so I do plan on participating in that one, but that's going to be at 6 p.m. I hope it's my time as well because I still haven't figured that out. But I am not going to get some writing done as of right now yet because I have to work for school. I have to do an assignment online, so I'm going to do that. And hopefully I'm going to start writing one chapter, then I'm going to take a complete break. I'm going to watch movies, I'm going to play with my dogs, I'm going to cook, I'm going to do a lot of different things. And then later on during the live stream, well, I'm hoping to get a lot more productive, or a little bit beforehand, I would like to start, just because if you don't know anything, like Frozen gets my ideas flowing a lot of the times, so does Buffy the Vampire. But I want to take it easy with Buffy the Vampire, so I would like to watch Frozen, like, let's be real, probably Frozen and maybe Rise of the Guardians. So yeah, that's my plan for today, and let's hope that I achieve the goal that I want for today. Okay, so just in case if you hear any background noises, the news is on, which is what I want to go and watch right now, and my camera tends to pick up on that. But for my unrealistic goal for today, I would like to accomplish 2,500 words. We're gonna see if I can do that because I just noticed that in my daily word count for last week, it can be achievable, just because on March 24th I wrote 2,283 words, and on March 28th I wrote 2,398 words. So those were the most productive days that I've ever had. And what's funny about it is that on one of those days I wrote every single word from Damien's point of view. So apparently I like to write his perspective, but he's a cool guy. I would like to make him like a serious kind of sassy watcher. I don't know if I'm succeeding in that as of right now, but that's what I would like to aim for. So yeah, so for my goal for today, like I said, is 2,500 words. We're gonna see if I get to that. I'm not going to hold myself accountable. That's why I said unrealistic goal. For my real goal, I would like to aim for 1,500 words. That would be the ideal writing that I would like to accomplish for today. So we're gonna see how it works. I'm gonna get to do what I have to do, and then I'll update you. To have a little bit of an update for right now, I only managed to write 275 words in the opening chapter for chapter 12. I did write another around 76 words in a description that I forgot to mention because I remembered. I was like, wait, I forgot to add this because I need to add that there. So I did add that, but I only managed that opening in chapter 12. So when the live stream happens, that's when I plan to get a little bit more writing done, because right now I don't know if I'm like in the mood, but I am gonna continue trying to get in the mood for writing, honestly. I am watching the news, and what I want to do right now is that I'm gonna finish cooking, and I'm just gonna probably watch the news or watch another movie because I already watched Frozen, and see if I can get a little bit of writing done before the live stream. So that's my plans for right now. Hopefully I can get to my goal of 1,500 words. Right now it's the live stream and it's roughly been muted. I've managed to get a total of 1,042 words, so I'm nearly getting there, but I'm just noticing that I'm gonna eventually have to go back to chapter 12, just because I don't want to have a lot of them speaking at the same time because I don't want to lose also everybody, but I would also like to give every single one of them their voice, you know, and like let them speak. But it's just like, I don't know how I'm gonna work that out. And also, like, I want to include some sort of hint, but I really don't know how I want to work it out yet. So I'm gonna work on that. There's only a section that I would like to work again, especially the dialogue in chapter 12. So I'm gonna include that in my notes to eventually go back and fix it, because like it really does need to be a little bit fixed, especially when all of them are together, especially the four guardians, because I still don't know which is the fifth one. I honestly don't know which is the fifth one. Hopefully he'll come to me between this week. But yeah, I'm hoping to work on that. The live stream is right now for a sprint of 25 minutes. There are 24. So I'm gonna get something cold to drink because it's really hot today. It's been rough. Earlier it was 92 degrees, and right now I don't know how much is it, but it's hot. So I want to get something cold to eat, to drink, and maybe something to snack on. Okay, so good morning. Today is the next day, and I wanted to give a quick little update for last night because I just turned everything off and I just fell asleep. Last night I managed to get to 1,579 words, so pat on the shoulder. That was really good, and I was really content with the fact that I got to my goal and surpassed it by a tiny little bit, so that's always great. I did manage to write the entirety of chapter 12. I would like to go back and like fix the conversation like I mentioned, because I want it to be a little bit more subtle and giving some kind of hints as to something that I want to happen. And I also started the Witch Queen's chapter, which is chapter 13, and I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to write this, especially now with everything that we're facing, just because her chapters are really sadistic and cruel, and the fact that, you know, as a witch queen, she feeds off of fear and agony and just destruction, and I don't know how my little heart can handle that right now. So I kind of wrote the opening, then I was just like, I was creeping myself out, and I was just like, you know what, because I'm putting, you know, howls and growls and just, you know, the creatures that I created, and I was like, I don't think this is the opportune moment to actually write this. And also it was nighttime, so I'm a yellow belly coward. Why did I think it was a good idea to actually write at that time, especially her chapters? I have no idea. I just have no idea. So right now what I'm doing is that I'm still reading. If you guessed it, then you watch all my videos. Heart of Flames by Nikki Palpareto. I still haven't even dented that book. I just lost like that little motivation to read, especially since I've been writing. I noticed that the clip was interrupted and I didn't finish what was I gonna say, but I'm still in Heart of Flames. I'm roughly around page 260 something. I'm enjoying it. There's no reason why I wouldn't enjoy it. I want to continue, but I don't know, it's like I'm more immersed into my story, and that's why I haven't been picking up any kind of reads. I haven't been reading anything at all, but I do want that to change. I'm starting to read at least 1 hour or 1 to 2 hours each day, but I'm going to divide it, you know, one in the morning, one in, you know, the evening, so I can actually start reading. But I've also decided that I want to have a daily goal of 1,000 words each day. So if I write 1,000 words each day until the end of April, that means that I'll surpass my goal, which my goal is initially 20k, which means that there are 30 days, so that means that I'll be to 30k. So that's what I want to do. I haven't written anything today, so I hope to get to some writing. So let's start chapter 13. Good morning, you guys. So today is day 3 of Camp Nanowrimo, and yesterday I did not get to my goal of 1,000 words. I managed to write 863 words, but considering that I started really late at night, I think it's a progress that I actually managed to write that many words. And I told myself that I was not going to write on behalf of the Queen's perspective, and I don't know, I was just sucked in to her perspective and I started writing, and then I regretted it like around 2 or 3 in the morning when I had to wake up because I kind of had a little bit of a nightmare. So that's amazing. And also there were a lot of earthquakes during the night, and we just felt one a few minutes ago, so it's been lovely for my state of health, you know, as of late. It's just marvelous, you know. But yeah, dealing with that. And I told myself that today I wanted to have an early start to writing because I can't scare myself writing this story, honestly. But I'm noticing that with the Queen's chapters, I'm struggling a bit just because they are supposed to be sadistic and just cruel and torturous and just mean because, you know, that is what the Witch Queen does feed off of. So it's a little bit difficult, especially now, to write those chapters. So that's why I'm just going to take it easy. And I'm going to start drafting out chapter 15 because 14 is already written. I'm just going to reread what I have in chapter 14. And then I'm going to go to chapter 15 and just hopefully start writing. I plan on getting 1,000 words, but let's be real, I would like to get the badge for Camp Nanowrimo of 1,667 words. So we're gonna see if we can accomplish that today, because I already got one badge of like writing your daily word counts. I know, every single day. Apparently words have eluded me. But yeah, and I didn't know how was it that I was supposed to add the words in Camp Nanowrimo, so I added like 4 different, and I was like, wait, this is wrong. So I had to delete a few things, and then I had it right, and I was like, oh, now I understand. So, you know, it was a bit of a thing to actually, you know, understand that site, because it's the first time I ever, you know, am on it. So it was kind of interesting. But yeah, I also learned one thing in Microsoft Word, and it's how to do like your chapter outlines. And instead of just like having to scroll up and down between my pages, because it's a hassle, like, let me tell you, it's a hassle. And then I discovered exactly how was it that I was supposed to do it, because I was looking for videos on that, and I was like, oh my god, wait, I just figured it out. So I'm thriving right now because I figured that out. So all I do is click and click and click, and I'm just like, it throws me throughout these different chapters. So I am quite content. So yeah, I'm gonna get some writing done, and then I'll update you to see how much have I actually written. I have come to the conclusion that I am a masochist, because I keep on telling myself that I'm not gonna work on the Witch Queen's chapter, and here I am working on the Witch Queen's chapter. Why am I doing this to myself? I have no idea, but we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it, because there's still some scenes that I need to add that I haven't added to that chapter. And just in case if I change something, I don't want to go back and refix it, which is something that I did previously in one of the chapters. And that's something I'm trying to avoid. But yeah, I'm just working on this. Hopefully something comes of it. I have added, and I think I have the name of something that I want. So yeah, I'm a little bit productive. Although there is a scene here that I noticed that I wrote yesterday, and I also was pondering to move it, because it's like, I don't want it there. I just want a little subtle hint in that chapter. And then in the next chapter that the Witch Queen is going to speak, that's where I'll include it. So yeah, I have it written, I just have it separated. And when I was checking my little outline, I noticed that I didn't write it in chapter 13. I wrote it in chapter 17. That overall huge hit, or that ultimate revelation. So that's to the chapter that I think I'm gonna have to move it in, because if not, I'm going to disrupt a lot of things that I have already written in the outline, and I don't want to disrupt that. I want to have it in that continuous flow. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so right now I'm gonna take a break. It is 2:35. I've only written 524 words. I've been on and off since I started, and yeah, you guessed it, I'm still on chapter 13. I was just adding a few little details, a few little descriptions, and things that I really wanted to add that I had in my notes. There's a conversation that I still haven't added, but I'll add that later, just because there are going to be live streams during the nighttime, so I would like to participate in those. So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to watch Buffy. But before I start watching Buffy, I wanted to give you another example of my award-winning sentences, just because I noticed it right now, and I had written in my notebook like a section of the Queen's POV, and this is like a little example of a paragraph that I had written. It said, standing it's so lovely. It says, standing on her balcony looking down at her kingdom, how the howling of the Oscuri brought comfort, the agony of the tortured made her smile, darkness frightened others like her, but she welcomed it. Yeah, that was amazing, right? You have no idea. Now, as I was perfecting it, the chapter starts off with the following. I'm not going to read the entire paragraph. I'm going to read the entire paragraph because it's just a start. It says, overlooking her kingdom, it was a dark, eerie night, the feel of evil emanating from the shadows. Deafening howls and snarls created by the monsters in the Queen's armada. Terrifying sounds that could be heard from miles away. And yet, she grinned as the intensity overflowed her body. Nourishment for her wicked, dead heart. The growls of the Oscuri made a quiet realm into a ghastly dream, and she found relief in the endless supplications of those tortured preys. A lot better. So yeah, I just wanted to give that little example of something that I had written, and I was like, you know what, I haven't given like any of my award-winning examples in a while, so I found that one. I was like, wait, perfect, let me give that one. So yeah, so far I am on track to my 1K words for today. I know that later I'm gonna get a lot more done. What I'm thinking about is that either using one of the live streams to write the dialogue between the 3 witch seers and the witch queen, or starting chapter 15. I'm gonna decide later. Right now I still haven't come to a conclusion, so yeah, let me just watch Buffy. So good morning, nearly afternoon, because it's 11:54 right now, and yesterday I had a really productive day. Like I mentioned, I wrote 524 words in the morning, and then in the live streams I managed to write 1,351 words. So what? You see, that's why it's productive. The funny thing that I noticed is that like Damien's and Shalimar's chapters come to me easily, like without any hesitation at all. The problem that I have is always with the Queen's chapters, just because like I mentioned, they're a little bit intense. But Damien's chapters, I just wrote out everything that I wanted him to speak about, and then I started dividing it so, you know, everybody can have a different kind of conversation. So it was really cool to actually do. So it was something that I was like, you know what, I can do that because I already know everything that he wants to say. So all I have to do is to add in between like gestures and like obviously the other person that he's confronting. And I was just like, I was impressed with myself yesterday with what I wrote. So we're gonna see. Today I haven't written a single word. What I want to do is that I need to plan out the cover page for my April section, because I have everything done. I just don't have the cover page for April, and I have my peppermint tea ready. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna have some writing, and then I'll talk to you later. Hey you guys, so today is day 5 of Camp Nanowrimo, and it's 7 in the morning. If I look rough, it's because woke up at 5 to watch the mass that was being transmitted from the Vatican, and I really wanted to see that. So yeah, we just saw that, had breakfast, and my allergies are killing me, like this. Honestly, being with allergies and being a hypochondriac and in this situation, it's just not been good for my state of health, honestly, and for my mental being. But anywho, last night I really didn't have that much motivation in the live stream to actually do anything. I'm gonna, you know, blame the fact also that I had a little bit of a minor headache. But I managed to write 672 words. In chapter 15 I added a few details. I wanted to extend the chapter just because I'm noticing that I'm not adding a lot of internal dialogue, and I need to add that in order obviously to make the characters, you know, understand what's going on in their head, and not make the people guess what is it that they're actually speaking about. And I also started chapter 16. I have to admit I was struggling for at least for 5 minutes because I didn't know how to start chapter 15. But after I started, I was okay, I'm gonna continue, and then I stopped. And yeah, that's all I managed to do. I'm noticing that there's a lot of live streams that are late at night, and even though when I start working, if eventually one of these days I start working, obviously that's the routine that I'm going to go in. But right now, since we're roughly given classes from, you know, our houses, I'd like to have live streams during the day, and Natalia Lee's gonna have one at around 11. I just hope that that one is my time, because last time I noticed that it wasn't my time, so we'll just see. Or maybe I got something wrong. I don't know. We're gonna see. But I do want to participate in that one, and yeah, hopefully I get 1,000 words written or more. That's what I'm aiming for, just because since yesterday I didn't achieve my goal. But we're gonna see what happens, and we're gonna see how this day turns out. So before the live stream, it's right now 9 in the morning, and I've been searching for some things that I really want to add, because right now the chapter that I'm working on is chapter 16, and in Damien's chapter, this is where I'm trying to see how much I want to say. Okay, they need to summon somebody, and I'd like to include like some oils that are burned that are good for like meditating and like certain little things that I'm looking for specifically. And I just wrote something, and I found an abundance of things, and I was like, if somebody actually decides to look into my search engine, they're gonna be like, are you okay? Do you need help? Because we can have an intervention. Because like the things that I'm looking up is just like, I think we need to do something around here. But no, it's just research, because that's what I'm doing, just research right now. And I did notice that yesterday when I was writing chapter 15, there was something that I thought about that I wanted to include in chapter 16, so I just made a mental note of that to include that. And the way that she answers, I also wrote like a little post-it so I can, because I jotted down a few ideas of what I want her to say. So yeah, I have that there. I just need to finish it all and like decide who else I want to include here, because I'm not gonna include too many people, because obviously that's more than enough. But yeah, I'm really excited for what I'm doing right now, and the things that I found. Like, I didn't know that you can burn like these oils for certain things, so you know, I'm gonna look into that, because I do know like burning eucalyptus and all that is good for your body and whatnot. But you know, I really wasn't into all those things until like last year when I started to buy an infuser and like knowing all the essential oils and the properties that they had. So I'm gonna look into this a lot more. Honestly, this is why I wish that we had a library, because I wouldn't need to buy any of these books. I can just go to a library, research them, and just continue, because I've also been looking for like the deadliest plants in Earth, in our planet, because like where else am I gonna be at? And I found a lot, some that are really interesting that I've taken for inspiration for the world of Neria. So yeah, and others like I use not the scientific name or whatnot, but like the idea of that specific plant, and maybe I'll change up a little bit of the color, and that's how I will include it within my world that I'm creating. So that has been very oops, sorry, that has been very fascinating for me. So yeah, I'm just gonna continue doing that, and I've already edited this video up till right now. So I noticed that I talk a lot. What else can I do? We're in quarantine, people. I need to speak. So yeah, let me get back to this. Okay, you guys, so right now I'm going to call it quits, just because I'm tired of writing. I did participate in Natalia Lee's live sprint. It was really productive. I wrote a total of around 1,000 words, and I just finished, and I added like 44 more, so I ended up today with 1,044 words. So I think that's perfect. It's good. I'm okay with it. I did a lot of research also because I needed to find a few things that I was a bit doubtful on, so that opened my mind to a lot more things. So I just wrote out a few things that I wanted to write out, and I just want to let my mind rest for it a little bit, get a little bit of inspiration, and then tomorrow I'll start writing a lot more. But right now I'm gonna call it quits. I'm also gonna end this video so I can be able to upload it. I just want to say thank you for watching. Hope that you have a wonderful day and or night, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.